Hey guys, so referencing is an integral part of your research work, and we're going to look at the upper seventh reference format, which is the most widely accepted referencing format. Now, when using the upper seventh format style, I would love to divide it into 4 parts. Okay, so you have the first part, which will have the author. Okay, so it can be 1, it can be 2. Then the second part is the year of the research. The third part is the title, or you can say the topic of the research. Then the last part is the source of that your information or the reference. All right, so let's take an example with one author. So I'm going to be referencing one of my works, one of the work I did. All right, so for the author, I'll write my name, Aloysius, comma, right, and P. So these are my initials. So Aloysius NP. That settles for the author part. Then the year follows. The year 2025. Okay? Then after the year, you add a full stop. Then you now insert the title of the research. So I worked on antiplasmodial effects of June plum, June plum leaf on Swiss mice. So let's assume this is the topic of my research. Okay, so this settles the title part. Now, immediately after the title, we're going to look at the source, and the source is divided into different parts as well. We have the journal, we have the journal volume, we have the journal issue, if applied, as the case may be, because some journals don't have issue. Then we also have the pages where you can find that particular work in that journal. All right. Now, after this, you put a full stop. Then the next thing that follows is your source. And the first thing that comes is your journal. Okay. So let's assume this work is published on the Journal of Tropical Medicine. So we are going to write Journal of Tropical Medicine in italics. All right. So Journal of Tropical Medicine. Okay. Journal of Tropical Medicine in italics, followed by a comma. The next thing that follows is the volume. So let's assume the volume of the journal is volume 6. So volume 6 will also be in italics. So the volume of the journal is always in italics. Now, the next thing that follows is the issue. Now, the issue is always in a bracket. So let's assume it's issue 7. Okay. So this is the issue. This is the journal volume, followed by the page. Okay. Now, let's assume that the page is page 10 to 17. So this is how it is written. So this represents the page, the issue, the page, the journal volume. Okay. So let's assume we are writing for 2 authors. All right. So let me assume myself and one of my professors. So we have Aloysius, comma, and P, full stop, and. Okay. So if it is 2 author, you add and. This type of and is a C N before the date, that's the year 2025, and every other thing remains the same. Okay, so if you are referencing for more than 2 persons, that's for 3 authors. So this is what you're going to do. So Aloysius, comma, N P, full stop, comma, okay, before the second author is a comma, C dot N, full stop. Then you have the and here. before you can now add the third author. So let's assume Professor Nziakos SO. So this is for 3 authors. So the year remains the same and everything remains the same. So this is what happens when you want to reference for 3 authors. Now for 4 authors, it's the same thing. The only thing is that the author before the last author should not have a comma, just like this. Okay, so there is no comma for the author before the last author. So the author before the last author will always end with a full stop, then followed by an and before the last author. Every other thing remains the same, like I have explained earlier. So this is how to properly reference your work in upper 7th referencing format. So in my next video, I'll be talking about citation, how to do in-text citation.